Hello, guys. Welcome back to our Acca show, a weekly Acca show where Alex delivers some parlay or Acca bets for the weekend. He does also writing an article for us over at Odds Market. You guys must check that out as well. He also delivered a Champions League and Europa League one as well that we got in on Monday. So that's oddsmarket.com. But listen, let me introduce the man, the myth, the legend, Alex from Need for Tips. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day. How I like to say it. You know, it's a whiskey. It's a Scotch Valentine's, you know. And instead of Valentine's, I like to say it's a Happy Valentine's Day. But not a huge special day for me. This is why my wife is kind of upset because I don't consider it such a huge celebration. But that's just me. Yeah, but let me tell you, we went 2.3 last week with our Acca bets, so we did a really good job. I'm kind of cold on February with my tips on Twitter, but maybe it's a bad month. Hopefully, it's a bad month because the season was pretty good so far. I think that we'll bounce back also with that. Also, the new project, the Daily 2.0 bet. You can find it on Odds Market, so you can subscribe and you will get notified every day when that show is on. So basically, I'm combining 2 or 3 matches to give us 2.0 or plus that in terms of odds. So far, the record is not brilliant. It's 4 wins and 5 lost with minus 0.7. So it's not that bad, but I think that it's a long-term project. It's a long ride, so don't worry about it. We will come back also with that. But it's important that last week we went 2.3 with our Acca bets, average odds of 3.75.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, because I know some of the 2-1-0 bets that you gave, obviously one of them, both teams to score, Tottenham and Dortmund, and it's been a bit tough these past couple of weeks, but that's why it is a marathon and not a sprint. And just as long as you bet also with your bankroll, so that you can actually afford, if you do lose, you can actually afford to lose that money. So it's very important advice there.
Yeah, in Champions League, we were out by just 1 goal in both daily 2.0 bets. One time, Manchester United failed to score against PSG.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to excuse myself, but one of the main reasons, I also said it on Twitter, is that they've lost Martial and both Martial and Lingard in the first half of the game. So that was a huge blow for Manchester United, and nobody was expecting Dortmund not to score against Tottenham the next day. But that's life. This is why we are here. This is why we are every day here when we continue with our tips. We are in profit. We are over 55 units. I'm over 55 units on Twitter in terms of profit. I'm doing very good also with the Acca shows, 22 winning Accas this season. So I think that you should follow us because again, like you said and like you always say, it's a long-term process. We are here for the long-term profit. We are on profit every single season. So this is why we are here for once again.
Yeah. All right. So go on. As how are you breaking it down this week for your Acca bets?
The same. I'm following the same structure. I'm going for the both team to score Acca, for the win Acca, so 3 winning teams, and weekend treble combined with special kind of markets, you know. But also thank you to our friends on live chat. Paul, Hussein, Barsaman, of course, Barsaman is always with us, and we thank him always for that. Sean also, and Sean has a weekend Ireland Premier League Acca double for Friday. Derry City and Bohemians both to win at 2.4. I really like it. I don't follow it so much, but for who likes to follow it, I think that is an interesting league. So Derry City and Bohemians for Shan, and for Barsaman, Bayern Munich to score in both halves, Juve to win both halves, Juve to win both halves. Oh, total odds of 43.
I,
No, I think that no 4.3 he wanted to say maybe. Yeah.
no, no, I was gonna say what? That was like
Ah, no. He has more. Barcelona to win and both teams to score. No. Real Madrid or VAR Madrid, how he loves to say,
that.
because he's very upset with what happened yesterday in Champions League.
Oh, Madrid.
Versus Girona, both teams to score. Eintracht Frankfurt won draw double chance and both teams to score at even money. Hoffenheim to score in both halves at 1.66. So yeah, total odds of 43.07 with 5 or 6 matches combined. But back to our three teams Acca, because we are not doing more than 3 teams this season. Both teams to score.
Mhm,
Eintracht Frankfurt versus Borussia Mönchengladbach at 1.5.
mhm.
Atalanta versus AC Milan at 1.7. Both teams to score. Genoa versus Lazio, both teams to score again at 1.7. Total odds of 4.33.
Ooh.
Very very upset. We have no Premier League this week, but I think, and again, don't bet a lot this weekend, because it's in between the Champions League the week matches. So we had this week, we will have next week Champions League and the Europa League. So most of the teams might have problems with fitness, might rest some of their key players, and so on. But yeah, 4.33. Eintracht Gladbach, both teams to score. Atalanta, Milan, both teams to score. Genoa, Lazio, both teams to score. You will have also my breakdown tomorrow on Odds Market. I wrote an article about this Acca bets,
Hmm.
saying why I'm going for these bets.
Nice. I like the odds as well. I have to say I love that one. Whale Kappa is on the chat. I just want to say again, thank you so much. I was invited onto their podcast with Andy and the Whale, their deep dive podcast, and you can check it out. I retweeted it on Twitter at Natalie Rydstrom. Give it a listen. It was tons of fun. The time just I think we were chatting for about an hour and a half. The time just flew by, and I tell you, they did a lot of research. I was very surprised how good their knowledge was and being prepared. So yes, it was a ton of fun. So do go and check
Yeah,
it out.
thank you to Welcapper that he is with us. I listened to all the podcast, and I want to tell you that Andy is on the same page with Flash. If you remember about the domestic leagues, they
Mhm.
just see Premier League and they just don't see the other leagues. What who are, I think that that's only from one part. I have more to say about that subject. Maybe we will both join Well Capper next time on his podcast later on the season. But yeah, I can't wait for another Grand Slam to break it down with Well Capper and Ardell. I think that they are two incredible tennis tipsters, and that they will always be with us here breaking down the Grand Slams. Maybe we will have some special shows for some more important tennis tournaments in the season. We're still thinking about that, but you know that we are still preparing many shows here at Odds Market, and this it will be our home for the next season for sure. All our videos, all our shows will be here, and Natalie is working behind the scenes a lot to make that happen. But the problem is with time. We want to do more shows. We want to cover more tennis tournaments, but we don't have so many slots at our disposal. This is why maybe to pre-record them somehow. I don't know. Maybe to talk about that in depth later on.
All right. So we've got your both teams to score Acca at 4.33. Your win Acca is what?
My win Aka is Dortmund to win away at Nuremberg. Yes, they are
Uh-huh.
missing many players: Marco Reus, Akanji, Paco Alcacer. But I think that Nuremberg will not be able to pull off the upset against Dortmund. Dortmund, a very poor performance against Tottenham. We were talking about it also earlier. Atletico Madrid to win away at Rayo Vallecano, 1.75. and one from Eredivisie Feyenoord to win away at Groningen at 1.6. Total odds of 3.92, US odds plus
3.92.
2.92. Yes,
Nice.
US odds also for that 4.33 is at plus 3.33, something like that. Yeah, I'm not used to say many times the US odds. And the weekend treble and the final Acca for this weekend. Bayern Munich and over 1.5 goals in the match at 1.44 against Augsburg.
Hmm.
Atalanta Milan over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.9, which was also my banker for this week. And Fiorentina draw double chance against Spal at 1.36.
Hmm.
Total odds of 3.72. US odds plus 272.
Nice. I like them all, to be honest with you. I've got a good feeling for this Valentine's parlay betting here, Acca betting. So there we go. Those are the three bets there. Like Alex said on Odds Market, he will be releasing his article, which gives the full breakdown of what he's going for as well. Make sure to bookmark it. There's actually, so if you go onto Odds Market and there's a little button right at the top says betting tips, that's where you find all the articles. I'm just currently trying to work on that to make the button a little bit bigger, because really that's where all like the juicy stuff is, and it's the tiny little button at the top. Alex didn't even know that it existed until we had a meeting yesterday, and I'm like, no, it's up there, and it's just like, Houston, we have a problem. Let's make this button bigger. So we're working on that at the moment. It's a work in progress. We have a really good team, a really strong team, and it's really just to deliver just a really strong European content across all the major sports there. So do stay tuned. We do have a new show that will be joining it. So I am very excited. We have a lot of interesting voices waiting in the wings to be unleashed. So I'm very excited. But yes.
So just to ask our leader, because Natalie is not only our sister but also our leader, how I like to say it, because she's the mother of Team Bankroll, if I can say that. Well, Capper just mentioned Indian Wells. Indian Wells is a great tennis tournament. It's one of the major ones besides the Grand Slams. I think that we should at least do some pre-recorded stuff for that tournament, because it's very important in the season. So maybe Wellcapper can join us, maybe Ardal can join us, because they are two brilliant tennis minds. We are just here for football, but they can offer you many informations. Plus, I'm really happy that Simona Halep is in the semi-final in Doha. Brilliant season I expect from her. Very mentally prepared. I think that Wellcapper can agree there, and I think that she was third after the Australian Open. Now she's second in the WTA standings, and with a little help from Naomi Osaka, who just I think that she has a new coach right now. I think that she might drop some points and Halep to come back in first place. Anyway, sorry for such a long talk, but that's me.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate it. And best of luck, everybody, with their bets. If you ever have any questions, comment section or grab us on Twitter or anything, always here and happy to help. Best of luck, buddy. Best of luck, everybody. And I'll see you soon.
Thank you.